My name is Nexw'Kalus-Xwalactun Harry. I share the name Xwalactun with my father. We both come from the Squamish Nation and also Kwakwaka'wakw from Alert Bay on my grandmother's side. So it all started for me when I was 5, really. My dad's an artist and he's been working carving as an artist his whole life. So I was really privileged to be able to work under and be mentored by him. So he brought me around the world. We carved totem poles and house posts in the United Kingdom, all across Scotland, and we've done projects in the US as well. So yeah, I just grew up like really steeped in our traditional art forms. And so when I grew up, got a little older, I was able to start and take my own approach and techniques. And I really found that working in metal as a new medium was a really interesting way to explore our traditional stories. So that's kind of how I ended up working in that area. So this piece is actually symbolizing 2 thunderbirds flying in unison. One's kind of going downwards, one is going upwards, and its wing turns into a hand. In our culture, we raise our hands to say thanks, and we say Osiem or Haichka. So I wanted to represent that in a form of the sculpture, and the thunderbird representing the supernatural connection to Mother Earth and our ancestors. And that's what I also represented in the faces here behind me. I've represented 7 ancestors, and in our culture 7 is a really important number, symbolic number, because in a lot of our teachings we're talking about how we need to not overfish or overhunt so that the next 7 generations will also have what we have. So those are just like really ingrained in our philosophies and ways of life, and I wanted to incorporate that in the symbolism with the piece. And so it's all sort of those pieces kind of swirling around are interconnected. And that's also why I also chose to use a column, is that as you move around it, there's always a different perspective and meaning as you walk around the piece. It kind of forces you to kind of walk around it to see to get the whole story. It's important to share Coast Salish art locally because our artwork is so underrepresented on our own land. And that's part of the reason why I got into public art, is that I felt that our artwork was totally underrepresented, and that's the fight that we have to continue to fight. So what I've been trying to do is raise awareness through creating pieces like this to show people that, we're not invisible on our own territory, and people start to live and recognize the symbols, because it's really, it is quite difficult for some people to grasp the roots or the understanding of what those symbols look like. I just want to say thanks to everybody involved with the project. That it's been a long go. It started in 2020, but I'm just really happy to, everybody I've worked with has been really great, and yeah, just really happy to see it finally come to fruition.